Right, before we get into all the juicy leaks and hints about episode 8, there's something I need to mention. For the past fortnight, the Digital Circus fandom has been absolutely buzzing about Jax and Thomas. If you fancy a proper deep dive into how that whole thing kicked off and what the creators have said about it, drop a comment below and I'll know there's interest. But today, we're focusing entirely on episode 8, and honestly, there's loads to unpack. Now, I keep seeing people worry that 4 episodes isn't nearly enough time to wrap everything up properly. But here's the thing. We're talking about roughly 2.5 hours of content total. That's basically an entire Pirates of the Caribbean film. And we all know how much story they managed to cram into those, yeah? Let's break down the maths a bit. Episodes 6 through 9 add up to about 150 minutes altogether. Episodes 6 and 7 have already used up roughly 56 minutes of that time, which leaves us with 94 minutes for the final 2 episodes. That's actually quite substantial when you think about it. My prediction? The finale is going to be properly lengthy. Episode 9 could easily run around 50 to 55 minutes, though I reckon 50 is more realistic. Even if we're conservative with those estimates, episode 8 should clock in at around 40 minutes minimum, which, let's be honest, sounds absolutely brilliant. Now, Gooseworks has this habit of describing episodes with single words, but that approach doesn't quite work the same way anymore. See, we've sussed out that episodes 7 and 8 are essentially one massive episode split down the middle, so their descriptions need to be looked at together, not separately. Episode 7 was labeled "Huh," which perfectly captured that sense of confusion and shattered expectations. Episode 8 is described as, "Oh, it's a different vibe entirely, isn't it? More like a moment of realization, of acceptance. The characters have probably come to terms with the reality of where they actually are, and that shift in understanding is going to be crucial for what comes next." There was this leaked reaction image from the table read that everyone initially thought was from episode 8. Turns out it was actually from episode 6. But even so, Gooseworks made it clear that Kane is going to be absolutely central to the next episode. We've already got a couple of confirmed phrases. One is zipidabap, which sounds completely nonsensical at first glance. But I reckon I've worked it out. It's basically a playful mashup of zip it and shut up. Kane said similar things to the circus residents before, so chances are he's the one delivering this line. Given how absolutely fed up everyone is with him after episode 7's ending, it's tricky to guess who exactly he's talking to. Could be Zooble, who's always had beef with him, but honestly, it could be anyone. The other confirmed phrase is simply, "It's you." Now, most of the lines Gooseworks has teased haven't been major plot points. They're usually part of jokes or lighter moments. This one probably falls into the same category, though I'd love to hear your theories in the comments about what situation might prompt someone to say that. Right, so let's revisit how episode 7 actually ended, because that's our jumping off point. Kane reveals his big twist. The whole adventure was designed to make them prefer staying in the digital circus over returning to reality. The characters are gutted. They're shocked, angry, and completely drained. Even Pomni, who handled the mystery of Mildenhall Manor relatively well, looks absolutely devastated here. This is clearly going to carry straight into episode 8. But based on that O description, they're not going to stay in this dark headspace for long. I reckon this is where we'll finally see all the characters unite around a single goal for the first time, escaping the digital circus for real. And Jax, after everything we saw him go through in episode 7, all those panic attacks and vulnerable moments, I think he might actually step up as a leader. He's probably the bravest of the lot, even if he hides it behind that sarcastic exterior. Now, there's this leaked image that's been doing the rounds. It shows Ragatha looking genuinely surprised, and Kinger looking equally confused beside her. Most of us, myself included, are pretty convinced this is actually a flashback to Ragatha's first day in the digital circus. How do we know? Well, Kinger might be a bit all over the place mentally, but he's never reacted to the other residents with that level of confusion before. He always recognizes them. Plus, if you look carefully at the location, it's the exact same spot where we first met Pomni. All the signs point to this being Ragatha's arrival. Here's what's interesting, though. Why would Gooseworks leak this particular frame? It's not exactly the most exciting moment to tease after episode 7's cliffhanger. you'd expect something about the exit, or Kane, or all the characters confronting him together. But a quiet memory from Ragatha's past? That tells us something important. Episode 8 is going to explore everyone's memories, not just hers. Remember back in September when they teased that Jax had this connection to a character called Ribbit? Well, if we're seeing everyone's memories, we're finally going to learn about that relationship. I don't think Ribbit will be massively important to the overall plot going forward, but the fact that Jax is willing to open up about his past shows genuine character growth. He's ready to change, to be vulnerable with the others. This conversation about his friendship with Ribbit could genuinely shift everything, not just for Jax's character arc, but for the entire dynamic of the group. There's also this nice little callback happening. In episode 2, Kinger mentioned how long it took Ragatha to adjust when she first arrived, and Ragatha seemed surprised he even remembered that.
It's a lot for anybody to go through. Don't take it too personally. I remember how long it took for you to adjust.
Oh, yeah. I'm surprised you remember that.
Well, if Kinger was the very first person she saw when she materialized in the circus, that would explain why she has such a special bond with him. Remember when Pomni asked Ragatha about Kinger, and she said he'd helped her through her hardest times?
How much do you know about Kinger?
Huh? Oh, I probably know about as much as everybody else, but he's also helped me through some of my hardest times here. Is it weird to say I trust him the most out of everybody?
That he was the one she trusted most? Now we understand why. He was there from the very beginning, her anchor in this bizarre new reality. It also explains why Ragatha was so desperate to befriend Pomni early on. She was probably trying to be for Pomni what Kinger had been for her. So here's how I think episode 8 will actually unfold. Everyone's sitting there, tense and angry after Kane's revelation. The atmosphere is thick with frustration. Then Ragatha, trying to ease the tension, starts talking about her first day, how frightened and confused she was. Someone else chimes in with their story, and gradually everyone opens up about their arrival at the circus. It sounds simple, but this kind of honest, vulnerable conversation could be exactly what they need to process what's just happened. It'll help them calm down, think more clearly, and most importantly, unite around their shared desire to escape for real. Kinger's backstory is the one I'm most curious about. We've heard Kane's version of events, developers first, then regular people, but we know that's probably nonsense. Kinger was one of the earliest arrivals and helped develop the place. After episode 7, something clearly shifted in him. He's remembering things even in bright environments now, which shouldn't be possible. Abel was obviously worried about what Kinger might figure out. All signs point to Kinger holding crucial information about how to actually escape. And episode 8 might finally reveal what he truly knows. I'd also love to hear Zubal's first day experience, especially her reaction to her new body. Whose backstory are you most interested in? Drop it in the comments. Right, so episode 8 is shaping up brilliantly. Roughly 40 minutes of everyone's backstories, major development for Jax and Kinger, and hopefully the start of a proper escape plan. All the pieces are coming together, and I genuinely can't wait. If you've got theories about those confirmed phrases, the memory sequences, or Kane's ultimate role, let me know in the comments below. I'll see you in the next video where we'll dive even deeper into the plot predictions. Cheers for watching!